Okay guys, today we're making Haitian bouillon. I'm sorry it took me so long to make you another dish, but I've been very busy. Haitian bouillon is the same as beef stew, and you will see the ingredients that I used. You can just go ahead and replace them by whatever ingredients that you prefer. Those are the ones that I personally like, and that's why I'm using them. Also, one of the problems that a lot of people have when they're making Haitian bouillon is that there's never enough juice. It's either you have to pick enough juice or enough vegetables. And I have a way to solve that for you, so keep watching. One of the ingredients that I use is plantains. These are plantains. I like them to be not ripe but not too green either. So you have to find a happy medium. Should you just use that, or you make it however you like. The next ingredients, they're like sweet potatoes. And the other ingredients that I have is malanga. They have two kinds of malanga. This malanga, it's kind of like when you cook it, it's kind of like grayish inside. And this malanga here, it's like white. And it cooks so much faster. So you have to kind of like keep an eye on it. Another ingredient that we use is white all-purpose flour, non-rising, and you use that to make boy, and what we call dumpling in English. So we're gonna make some dumplings for the bouillon. You need greens. You pick whatever greens that you like. Personally, I love watercress and I love baby spinach. So these two, I'll be putting them later in the bouillon. And of course, this time we're introducing a new ingredient, which is the green beans. Okay guys, this is a disclaimer, and of course an apologies to my subscribers and those of you that are just watching the videos to get some tips on how to make the Haitian bouillon. I want to apologize in advance because I'm using all plastic stuff to prepare my ingredients. So now, I know some of you have a problem with it. I don't have any problem with it. So if you don't feel comfortable using plastic, just use what makes you feel comfortable, what makes you happy. You can use glass, you can use plastic if you like me, or you can use aluminum. You can use what you call the other one, ceramic. Do what's right for you. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say, because I don't mean to offend anybody. As you all know, I like to have control over how I cook my food, the taste of it. So for the second part of the cooking, I will be using meat, and these are the kind of meat that I use. I'll only purchase my meat from Publix. So this is stew meat. And then also a little neck bone never hurt. It just gives it a little bit more taste, a little bit more kick in it, okay? So to clean up the meat, I will be using some salt to remove the impurity in the meat. I love to use white vinegar. And of course, our trusted lemon. To season my meat, I will be using Island Kick spices. Island Kick spices is our own blend that we use. It's the thing from the island, all fresh ingredients that we created and we sell it. And I will be leaving all the information in the comment box below for you guys, where you can purchase it, how much it is, and everything. You'll be seeing it on there. So with Island Kicks, we have actually 4 different flavors. This one that I'm going to be using for this meal, because I love it a little bit hotter, but not too hot. So we have this one, which is the medium hot of the Island Kick, the mild Island Kick. We have a mild with a little kick. It's for the people, that want it to be a little bit spicy, but not too spicy. And I forgot to tell you, you can eat the mild one with chips or as a dip. You can use it with that, okay? And this one here, for people that don't like too much heat, so mild with a kick. The screaming hot, which you can see, it's called tongue torch. All right, this one is like, it's made with Carolina Reapers and ghost pepper. So this is extremely hot. So this is for those people that, you can say it.
Handle the heat.
Yeah, my best friend here, she's in the background. She's being the camera lady, the camera woman that can handle the heat. I can handle all this heat. So these are the 4 flavors that we have of Island Kicks. Again, I will leave the information below for you. The kind of herbs that I use, and I will be using it in the stew. It's in the vegetables when they're boiling, and also in the meat are thyme. I love thyme. But when I'm making the food for an American person that's a little bit sensitive on the taste, I don't really use thyme or parsley, because there could be strong herbs if you're not used to them. And this is just curly parsley, so that I'll be using. And also our trusted green peppers. These are not really spicy. They give it a more like a good scent, a good aroma. That's what I use these for. More for like aroma than it is the taste. And I will be using green peppers, you know, bell peppers as well. Green, yellow already doesn't matter, but I will be using bell peppers. And of course, tomatoes. And we'll be using a little tomato paste to give the sauce or the meat itself some color. And I'm like the queen of disclaimers, okay? I think over the few months that I've been doing videos, and I've gotten a lot of questions that I want to kind of like rule them out. First of all, I don't really use measurements. I just use things based on my liking. You do the same. It depends on how many people you're cooking for, how much of that, you know, how much water, how much salt. What I would say is start little and build up from there. Test it. Test it to see, do you like it the way it is right now? If you like it the way it is right now, then you put enough. If not, keep putting until you like the way it tastes. And also, make sure your knives are really sharp, because if they're not sharp, they can really hurt you people. Use sharp knives to take off your, to cut your vegetables with. Some people, they use that cutting gloves. I don't need it, because let me tell you, I've been cooking forever, so I've kind of like know how to do. That'd be so funny if I cut my fingers off camera after saying that. But you know, just do, you know, be patient and be safe. Keep in mind, guys, this is a very, very short video. You know, we cannot show you every single things that we do, but you will get the gist of what I do. If I do anything that I know that will change the flavor of the food, I will make sure that I put that in there. Then what you do, guys, after you wash your vegetables, you cut them. You'll see that I peeled the malangas, the potatoes, and the plantains. Some people put yam in it. Sometimes I do. I like yam also, but I didn't find any good one at the market. And if you don't find good yam, that can actually mess up your thing. And sometimes I put just regular potato as well, but I just like, you know, that's enough carbs. So all you do, you wash them, you cut them, and you put them in your whatever container you're gonna use to. Okay, guys, now you have all your vegetables chopped off, and you put them on there. Again, what I have in there are the potatoes, the malanga, the plantains, and what else? That's pretty much all the vegetables that I have in there. Now I'm going to put some water in there. Now the water I'm putting in there, I'm going to put it almost to cover, bring it up, almost to cover the vegetables. So now when you fill up your pot, you put your water. Again, people, I don't measure because you use your mouth, use your eyes to kind of like estimate what things should be like. So this is how much water that I put in there. Okay, this is how much water, and this won't be enough to actually do the bouillon. So this is just to cook this part of the vegetables. I'm gonna attempt to measure some of the stuff for you guys. This is my extra virgin olive oil that I use, and for now, in this part of the cooking, I'm going to add probably 3 tablespoons of oil should be fine for now. I personally do not like a lot of salt, but you don't want to put all the salt that you need in this part of the cooking because you will be having your meat you'll be putting in there that has salt and everything. So just put just enough so these vegetables can have some salt in them. So right now I'm putting just 1 tablespoon of salt in these vegetables. Okay, I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of island kick in there. Okay, and this is my thyme and parsley, so I'm gonna take a few branches of thyme and parsley. I'm gonna make a nice little bouquet out of them, and I'm gonna take, some people have some kind of little containers that they use to do that, but let me tell you, I'm an island person, so we don't make things complicated where I'm from. You take a little piece of plastic paper, just wrap it, or you can use thread, or you can use that little container that they use for that. So you're gonna take it, make it into a little bouquet, tie it really good because you don't want it to break into the food, and of course you wash it, and you will be remove it before it is fully cooked, before it start falling into the food. Again, I put this only when I'm cooking for my Haitian friends. If it's American, that sensitive, I don't put this part in it. I don't put that little bouquet in there because the taste can be strong. Okay, so this is it for this part. All I need to do is cover it, put it on my stove, and let it cook. Okay, now we have our food on the stove, as you can see. Okay, and then we put it on a high setting for now, and we put it at number 8. Okay, so we'll be back when it is ready for the next step. So now I'm cutting my tomatoes so I can put on the meat. Right now, my meat is being marinated on the side. It doesn't need it to be marinated because the island cake is so good, but because I have not, I'm not ready to put the thing on there, or the tomatoes weren't ready. So that's why I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it on the side, let it marinate it, and then put my tomatoes in there. You just wash it, remove the seed from the inside, clean it really well, don't leave any seeds at all, and then you take it, you just dice it, and you put it in your meat, just like so. You don't make life complicated here. You can use your cutting board if you're not, if you don't feel comfortable cutting it like this, just use your board. But me personally, I've been doing it for so long, it doesn't bother me. Okay, folks, make sure you peel your carrots. If you're one of those that like to eat your carrots with the skin, then more power to you. Then you do what's good for you. But me personally, I don't like skin on my carrot. So I peel my carrot, and then I just cut it in half. And that will be going into my meat. Okay, this is for those of you that don't have a peeler. There are two ways you can do that. You can try to peel it regularly like this, but me, I want this food done. So all you do, you can just go ahead and take a knife carefully, and you just remove the skin off, and it does exactly the same thing as I was doing with the peeler. Yeah, you can scrape it off. Natasha, you can talk. My best friend's on the background here. Sometimes I can't find my words, So, and it does exactly the same thing. And don't forget your little bouquet of thyme and lime and thyme and parsley in there. And then while I was doing this, I had put some oil in the stove where it was, getting a little bit. What do you call it, Natasha? It was, I think it had a little while I was waiting. I just can tell it's not really all that hot. You just put your meat in there, put your item in there. I just put everything in there. I'm cooking island style, people. Okay, so now everything gonna cook. I have the oil in there. I got the meat, the potato, the tomatoes, and my carrots in there, and they are going to be cooked. So what I'm gonna put in there right now is some water to cook the meat with. Okay. All right, and then you just cover your. As you can tell, I've already washed my spinach. I put it aside. Then this is my watercress, which I already washed as well. I just cut it a little. When you're washing them, please make sure there are no bugs in there. Make sure you truly wash them. If you can put some lemon when you're cleaning them to remove some impurity, that will be good as well. So I've already did this. And then you have the snap peas, the green peas. So the way you prepare the green peas is like you remove the little ends, and then you just cut it in half and you put it in there. Then you wash it, and then you are ready for it. Okay, then I'm gonna put all these on the side because it is not time yet for me to put it on there. And when it comes to these, it doesn't matter. You can actually mix the greens together. What I mean by that is that if you don't have a lot of containers, you can take all these greens, you put them together because they all go in at once. So you don't need to separate them if you don't want to. If you want to mix this for other items, use. So right now, I'm done preparing my greens, and I'm waiting for my stew to be ready for them. In the meantime, what I'm gonna do is clean up, and then we're gonna make the dumplings. People, I'm gonna be making the dumplings. This is my all-purpose flour. It depends on how many dumplings you want to make. Okay, so I know how much I want to make, so I'm just gonna pour. You can pour as much as you want. A couple of cups, for like can give you like 4 to 6. Or more like 6 to 8 dumplings. So you measure it as you see fit. So right now, you like a lot of boys? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. My girl, my best friend Natasha, she likes a lot of boys, okay? A lot of dumplings. So let's put a little bit more flowers, okay? And I have some water in here in a glass, okay? Then I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in the water, not in the flour, okay? In the water. I'm gonna put it in here. Make sure you taste it, because if it's not salty enough, so this is good. I put like 1 tablespoon of water in there. I pour it in here. Just like when you're making your bread, you need it to have that same consistency. As you can tell, I probably will need more water to put in there. And don't be scared to use your hands. Make sure your hands are clean. Okay? Then I put a little bit of olive oil. Put some olive oil in there. Mix it. And of course some butter. I'm doing things island style, people. You don't need to be dirtying everything in your kitchen to make one simple meal. Get some butter, we'll put it on there. And there we go. Then we start the kneading.
Country crock.
Yeah, I love country crab myself. The original. Okay? You mix it, you knead it. As you can tell, this consistency is, let me see. Seems like it's good. All I need to do is like knead it a little bit more, because you don't want it to be too soft. Like if I was gonna make patties, I would have done the same thing, except I probably would have put a little leaven in it. Okay.
You gotta beat it.
Beat it. Beat it. And then you take it, okay? Some people roll it. Some people make a ball out of it. So it's whatever you like.
We like it long.
We like it long, baby. Long, long, long. And this is it.
Like in a stick
Okay, so
style.
this is how you make your dumpling. Some people want it to be prettier and everything. You know what? We're going to be chewing on that thing. This is it. And you see the consistency of it? It's not falling off the thing. You see? It's hard enough, but it's soft enough at the same time. Okay, so put it on me.
No dirty minds, people.
No dirty thing intended. I was just showing you the consistency of it, the elasticity of it. Okay, so that's how we make the boy. So I will be making them behind the scene, and in the meantime I'm gonna show you what I will do next. Okay guys, one of the things that I told you in the beginning of this video is that I'm gonna show you how you can have as much vegetables and as much juice as you want. You don't need to pick between those two. This is the vegetables that I had on earlier. I can tell they're cooked by many reasons. You see the juice is now white, okay? Or you can just go ahead and stick something inside of them so you can see that they are ready. I don't want them to be so soft to the point where they're breaking down. So what I'm gonna do right now is, first of all, remove this, and then remove all the vegetables that I have in there, or at least most of them, especially the ones that tend to be overcooked, and put them aside. Okay, then I'm gonna show you what else we do. Guys, we have all the vegetables. Let me bring the vegetables up. We have all the vegetables out, and this is how much juice we have left. So if I did not remove the vegetables, this is what you are gonna have, or unless you wanted to have less vegetables. Then now I put some water in there. Okay, you have some water, probably put a little bit more. And then now I'm gonna put the greens. Because we love greens where I'm from. You have your greens. It doesn't matter how big you see the greens are, it's not gonna be that much as soon as it starts boiling, okay? Because what we're making right now is a very hearty dish. And these were the dumplings that I have made earlier. Because the water is already hot, then I can just go ahead and put the dumpling in there. If the water was cold, I would not have put the dumpling in there, because what's gonna happen, it would have just melted. Because it's flour and water, and you put some more water in it, it would have just dissipated. So there we go. I have my dumpling.
You tell them to take out that pepper.
Yes. Oh, and I removed the pepper because right now it's not doing anything. So I'm gonna put it aside because I don't want anybody to bite onto it. Then I'm gonna put my dumpling to be cooked. Then we're gonna wait. When it is cooked, then we're gonna move on to the next phase of our meal. Right now, this is all we need for now. Let the dumpling cook, and we will be back with the next step. Okay guys, so right now I'm taking the carrots out because I don't want the carrots to be too soft. So I'm removing them. Then I'm gonna cut them and put them in the bouillon when it's ready and it's time. So I'm gonna remove this because right now it's not doing anything else. Oops, I didn't see this one. Okay, so right now we still have the meat cooking, and while I was waiting for this, I cut some 2 onions and 2 bell peppers, and I put them on the side, and that will be going into the meat. Okay guys, so as you can tell, the meat is ready, it's cooked. So what I'm gonna do right now is take some tomato paste, a nice full tablespoon or tablespoon and a half or 2. Don't matter, put as much as you want. It's really for color. It doesn't really give it much taste, more like for color. Mix it in there. This is all olive oil. You don't have to worry because, you know, olive oil is really good for our bodies. You don't need to do a lot with the thing. So what else I'm going to do right now is just take the peppers and the onion that I cut and I put it in here. You know, onions and peppers are really good for you. So I put as much vegetables as I could to my meal. Okay, and I'm going to put a little bit of water, kind of like to make a little stew out of it. Put some water in there. This is the onion, so you're not too scared. Again, don't be scared, guys, to taste your food because you want to know what your food tastes like, because technically this will control how the bouillon itself tastes like. So I'm going to put some butter in there. Some butter. Okay. Again, I'm going to put a little bit of island cake in there. If you don't have island cake, then you use your own spice blend. Again, like I told you, we are selling this spice blend. We will put the information on where you can purchase it. We let the little sauce simmer for about 5 minutes. We're back. Turn it off. We're done with this. And we're going to take it and we're going to pour it in our bouillon. Now we're putting the meat in there. Again, this is me taking control of the taste because I don't want it to be too salty. As you can tell, I haven't put any more salt in there since the previous salt that I put in there. And you can see that I have plenty of juice in here. So all that I have in there is the meat and the greens. And now, and of course the dumpling. Putting the carrots in there. Okay. We put all the carrots in there. We cook for days. Or when we cook for a lot of people. So I'm making food for like a whole battalion, okay, for the whole army. But of course, it's just the two of us here, and I'm gonna send food to Fort Lauderdale, food to Davenport, so that's why I'm making so much food. Okay, so right now, as you can tell, I only have the meat, the greens, and the dumpling in here. Now, as you can see on this one here, I have some juice in there. Why do I have some juice in there? Because I have a slew of vegetables. Let me take them.
Difficulties?
Yep. It's just like so much for juggling. We have a small kitchen. So I'm gonna take some of the vegetables from here, preferably the one that I know we like the most, and I'm gonna put some of the vegetables in there and let the food simmer. And then of course there's still gonna be some vegetables left on here because I'm gonna put as much as I could in the bouillon. When we finish eating this, then we're gonna put some more in there and continue making the food for the rest of the people.
Ooh, this is the finished product, people. Yes.